Namaste, and welcome to the Kryptonite Factor, the show where we pit the three greatest minds in the country against each other in a battle of wits and inner strength. Do these great minds have what it takes to best the machine? And who can become the ultimate champion before the clock runs out? 3 contestants, 3 rounds, and freedom! As we find out who has the Kryptonite Factor.
I'm Ollie Johnson. I hail from some science lab where I was vat grown, and my job, I am the best there is at what I do, and what I do best isn't very nice.
Hi, I'm Peter Shipway. Location, space. Job, I don't know.
My name is Sam Congrave. My job is living behind each and every one of you.
The contestants, will you move your way into the triangle? We come to round 1.
Bullshit.
It's true, I don't know why you think it's not. Round 1, literature blanks. Each contestant must test out their skills of literacy and as authors. Each contestant must, in order, fill in the blanks. Thank you for that interruption. That was very unhelpful. Bloody trannies. Anyway, they must decide how would they do things differently. Activate the podium. That music is wasted on a rising podium.
There's always some joy in some rising wood.
It's made of plastic. A point will be awarded to each player based on their performance, and the overall funniest will get an extra bonus point. And what do points mean?
Sex!
Both of you are absolutely right. Okay, and I, as the host, will be reading from Great Speeches.
Oh, Lord.
Ollie, here's one from David Lloyd George. 77-year-old David Lloyd George was a marginalised figure when he rose to make this his last great speech in the House of
Fun.
No,
Now he's come of age.
Yes. For that, I will give you a point. The New World War is still in its first year. Lloyd George delivers a lengthy list of governmental ineptitude, beginning with a harsh criticism of
Black people.
I've got to give you 2. Okay, let's move on to another figure. Winston Churchill's Iron Curtain speech.
Oh, Lord.
10 months after having been turned out of office by a populace that considered him ill-suited for peacetime governance, Churchill used his appearance at
McDonald's to become the new Grimace.
Okay, Ollie. Although it drew applause in Fulton, it was not so well received by the leading politicians and opinion makers of the day, many of whom accused the former Prime Minister of
Adultery.
Good, almost wanted to give you 2 then. Probably Pete?
Because he's mean that way.
What about Sam's
Pete. I am glad to come to...
Orgasm.
Oh, giving him 1 because I gave him a track. Sam, 1 from former Prime Minister Harold Macmillan, The Winds of Change speech. Prime Minister Harold Macmillan spent the first month of 1960 visiting British
brothels so that he could visit his wife and live out his worldwide dream of being a famous prostitute. He grew up to become Miller Joe.
That explains why they call him Superman.
Yeah, he's a super Mac fucking daddy.
We just made a very topical joke in the early 60s.
Oh yeah, he was the first pimp, man.
Yeah, he came from the ghetto.
Exactly. Do you think he walked in there with his cane with a little diamond on there and a top hat and going, "Hey, which one of you wants the BM, the PM?"
You are getting 2 points. Okay. Ollie, the Ich bin ein Berliner speech by John F. Kennedy. As the American President Kennedy visited Berlin at the time when the city was divided by the infamous
Scottish barbarian hordes.
You getting a point? Pete, in his opening remarks, Kennedy mentions Berlin's mayor, the West German Chancellor, and the General
Grievous.
Yes, he played a very important part in early Germany. You'll get a point.
Everyone come. And Winston Churchill.
Sam, you'll have the I Have a Dream speech by Martin Luther King Jr.
Okay.
Given the position of this speech, often described as the greatest in American...
Greatest in American orgies.
Yeah, that's alright, you're getting one. Ollie, the I've Been to the Mountaintop speech by Martin Luther King Jr. During the spring of 1968, Martin Luther King was working in support of...
The slave trade.
Irony!
Great! Well, that break was a bit too enthusiastic, considering the context.
Considering the context, I'd be more worried about my own ass.
Okay, Pete. The Ladies Not for Turning speech by Margaret Thatcher. This speech, delivered 17 months after she led the Conservatives to...
The gingerbread house.
Sam, you're the final person. As recorded here, Thatcher's speech was interrupted briefly after two...
Angry Jedis armed with gingerbread lightsabers came and beat Michael Heseltine half to death.
You mentioned Michael Heseltine, you're getting an extra point.
The Heseltine bonus.
Okay, at the end of that round, Ollie has 4 points, Pete has 5, and Sam is in the lead with 6. Okay, all 3 players have all 3 of their lifelines intact.
We had lifelines?
I knew if I didn't tell you about them, then you wouldn't be tempted to use them. Which brings me to the second round. One song to the tune of another. He sounded like E.T. when he was very ill.
E.T. has AIDS.
A classic round from a great radio panel show. I'm sorry, I haven't a clue. Points will be awarded between 1 out of 5 depending on the quality of the performance. Computer, please explain the rules.
Each contestant will sing the tune of any song of their choice, but using the lyrics of a completely different song. I wish I had the programming to love again.
Again?
I don't want to talk about it.
Well, relationships can be difficult anyway.
Tears melted.
Hello? PC Doctor? I need a call out. My computer's crying again. Why'd you go and hang up on me? There. Alright, there. Ollie, you will do Moves Like Jagger to the tune of My Way by Frank Sinatra.
Okay.
This should be good. Should be. Emphasis on should.
Just shoot for the stars if it feels right, and aim for my heart if you feel like, and take me away and make it okay. I swear I'll behave. You wanted control, so we waited. I put on a show. Now I make it. You say I'm a kid. My ego is big. I don't give a shit. And it goes like this. Take me by the tongue, and I'll know you. Kiss me till you're drunk, and I'll show you all the moves like Jagger. I've got the moves like Jagger. I've got the moves like Jagger. I don't need to try to control you. Look into my eyes and I'll own you. With them moves like Jagger, I've got the moves like Jagger eyes. Got the moves like Jagger, maybe it's hard when you feel like you're broken and scarred. Nothing feels right, but when you're with me.
Okay, Ollie. That was a terrific performance. Almost had me in tears. So you're getting 5 out of 5. First for one song to the tune of another. Anyway, next is Pete. I want you to sing Morning Palace to the tune of Is This the Way to Amarillo?
Oh God, not Morning Palace. I can't believe you remembered that song.
How can you forget?
The lanterns finally reached its end, as even 4 strikes into the sky, far away in the dark, glimpsing moonlight. Sickening souls cry out in pain, whispering voices, summoning screams, waiting for Satan to bless their sins. Black-hearted angels fall from grace, possessed by the search for utter darkness. Hear the cries from the morning palace, feel the gloom of restless spirits. Hear the screams from the morning palace, feel the doom of haunting chants. Eternal is their lives in misery, eternal is their lives in grief. Abandoned in a void of nothingness, a chain of anger, a fetter of despair, in this garden of depraved beings, this unsacred place of helpless ones. Satan blessed the creatures and swathed them in endless night, whispering voices, summoning screams, waiting for Satan. Angels fallen from grace, possessed by their search for utter darkness. And
Is
that's
this
the
a
end.
way
That's
to...
it.
Yeah. Every night I've been summoning Satan. Alright, Sam, I want you to sing Goldfinger to the tune of The Final Countdown
Oh, fucking hell.
by Europe. And here's thinking that politicians want us to be out of Europe.
He's the man with the Midas touch.
a spider's touch, such a cold finger. He beckons you to enter his web of sin, but don't go in. Golden words he'll pour into your ear, but his lies can't disguise what you fear. For a golden girl knows when he's kissed her the bliss of death from Mr. Goldfinger. Beware of his heart of gold. His heart is cold. Gold words he will pour in your ear, but his lies can't disguise what you fear. For a golden girl knows when he's kissed her, it's the kiss of death from Mr. Goldfinger. Pretty girl, beware his heart of gold. His heart is cold. He only loves only gold, only gold. He loves gold, gold. He loves only gold, only gold. Only loves gold.
Okay. I must say, that was impressive.
Thank you.
You are getting 4 out of 5 points.
Thank you.
Now we come to round 3. Try to sell. Each player must use their bargaining skills to get ahead of the competition and must try and convince an unwilling customer to purchase an undesirable product. Points between 1 and 5 will go to each given contestant depending on the level of their performance. So, without further ado, enter the triangle. Please keep your hands in the triangle at all times.
Why? What happens if we do this?
Not only are you now paraplegic, you're also armless. Ah, I know. Sad world we live in.
Okay.
Ollie.
Sad world.
Ah, tears for fears. Ollie, I want you to sell a flamethrower to Gandhi.
Are you the leader of a peaceful protest movement? Would you like to be the leader of a peaceful protest movement? If so, you're a pansy. If not, buy my flamethrowers. They'll cook anything in 5 seconds flat. And that includes food, which you won't be eating, but it doesn't mean you can't give it to other people. And also, people are going to be coming after you. You'll need a way to defend yourself, like a flamethrower. I know it's a non-violent protest, but if I don't sell this to you, they'll have my family killed. Buy it, you bitch!
Okay. I give you, I'd say 4 out of 5. Pete, I want you to sell a jar of urine to Bill Nighy, the actor. Not that there's another Bill Nighy that I'm aware of.
Okay. How am I going to do this?
Well, you don't need to know much about him, just try and sell him a jar of urine. I never thought I'd be saying that to you today.
Buy this jar of urine.
Very compelling argument. Perhaps you should elaborate, even, because some people are very difficult to move. Not that, buy a jar of urine wasn't appetising.
Do you want something unusual? Then buy this jar containing urine.
You couldn't think to call it anything else.
Well, what else can you call it?
He could have called it lemon juice for all I know.
Will make you invincible.
Is that it, Pete?
Yes.
Okay, I give you 2 out of 5. As compelling as your argument was, I don't think it can move certain people, especially not Bill Nighy, who would have very little use for a jar of urine.
He's a notoriously stubborn person.
Yes, he is. Sam,
Okay.
I want you to sell a boomerang to Oscar Schindler.
Hi. Are you saving people's lives? Do you think that you could save some Australians' lives? Well, how about you buy this boomerang? Not only is it amusing to Jewish people who have never seen this kind of thing, when we amuse them for hours, it is a stick you throw and it comes back to you. You can't get a much more intelligent stick than that. And if Nazis raid, practice with it and you can throw it and take a load of the mountains for just a one swing. Go on! Entertainment and protection? How can you go wrong? So buy my boomerang. Buy it now and you'll get a little Star of David carved on it as well.
Great, I'm going to give him 3 out of 5.
I'm gonna buy it.
Thank you.
How would you rate Oscar Schindler's boomerangmanship?
Well, that's
I'd
why I
say
said
2 out of 5 simply because he needs more practice, but he's potentially quite good at throwing a boomerang.
Yeah. And think about it. If he taught Jews to do it and they made more because of how economically good they are, they'd build more and there'd be an army of boomerangs.
Okay, we come to our final round, the ultimate contest, Kryptonian Sketch. Which, due to a lawsuit from DC Comics, I must refer to as the Fantastic Four round. Which, due to a lawsuit from Marvel Comics, I must now refer to as the Stan Lee is a dick round. The rules are simple. Each sketch gets between 1 and 5, depending on merit. The best gets an extra point. Each contestant must choose a rival to perform a sketch with. However, they must choose wisely, as the rival they choose will receive double the points that they do. So, without haste, let's activate the machine. The other machine, how many times do I have to tell you?
How many times do we have to tell you to press the right bloody button?
I only give the commands, I don't press the buttons. Alright, now we've cleared that up. I want you to do Foghorn Leghorn in a job interview for KFC. Must include uranium, sex toys, the King of Norway, crucifix, and platypus. Who will you choose?
I choose Bernie Mac.
Bernie Mac is not a contestant yet.
Isn't he dead?
Yes.
We have science on our side.
Okay, I choose my partner to be Sam.
Ah, but is he your life partner?
No.
Keep in mind he gets double the points that you do. Okay, let's start.
Okay, who do you want to be?
Alright, you can be Foghorn Leghorn,
Okay,
because you do a better impression than I do.
I say boy. Fine, you be the KFC guy.
Come in.
I say boy, hi. Is this the room for an interview?
It is. Would you like to take a seat?
Oh, I'd love to. I haven't had a seat since I went to visit the King of Norway. Whew, and he had a lot of sex toys. I say boy.
Fascinating. Now then, can I get your name?
My name, son, I say my name is Foghorn Leghorn.
I see. And what makes you want to apply for this job in particular?
Well, you see, my regular line of work involves being a chicken. And I was fine on that farm until the McDonald's started using uranium on it to make us bigger. I say, boy, have you seen a chicken this big?
No, I can't say that I have. Well, not without being tempted to wave a crucifix at you. See, what qualifications do you have?
Well, I went to Harvard. I thought me being a chicken, I thought that because you serve chicken, I might be able to help you.
I see. You know, we don't actually serve chicken in a master-servant relationship. We serve chickens to eat.
Oh, that's fine, that's fine. I'm kind of a cannibal.
Well, if that doesn't bother you, we're starting a new platypus range on Thursday.
That sounds delicious, boy.
Congratulations, you've got the job. You can start right away.
I say, boy, thank you very much.
Okay, I give you 5 out of 5 for that, Ollie. And that means that Sam gets 10 points.
Giving him quite a substantial lead at the moment.
You chose him, Ollie.
Well, our scores were even before.
You just boosted your rival. Pete, I want you to do Michael Jackson returning from the dead to buy shares in Microsoft. Must include cannabis, piglet, boldness, Israel, and manual. Who do you choose?
Sam.
Okay, who do you want to be? Michael Jackson or a guy who sells Microsoft?
The guy who sells Microsoft stuff.
Fine, I'll be Michael Jackson then.
Who's bad? Hi there. Thank God for that marijuana. You know, that stuff really brings you back to life. I finally know. But now I'm going to make a change. I'd like to buy some Microsoft put shares. Oh!
Oh. How many shares would you like, Mr. Jackson?
Oh, well, enough to weigh the same as a piglet. I mean, do you have a book or a manual or something that explains how much your stocks are worth?
I think you can buy one in Israel.
Oh, that sounds absolutely super, man. Also, do you have the technology to cure male pattern baldness? You see, the people I used to use when I was alive the first time, they won't do anything on corpses anymore. They say it's wrong.
I'm afraid we can't help you with that, Mr. Jackson.
Oh, poopy.
We are a computer company.
Well, I just thought with the technology and the things you have, you can make your sciencey things help me. But even so, I'll buy some shares anyway. I love Minesweeper.
Okay, I'm awarding you 3 points because you actually missed out cannabis. You said marijuana.
Well, it's still the same
Marijuana?
No, you
It is.
broke the rules.
Okay.
You broke them.
You know the rules.
And so
do I.
I'm sorry.
Sam, I want you to do Nick Clegg at a car boot sale. Must include vodka, Macbeth, chimpanzee, homosexuality, and 3D glasses.
Glad we're not in a theatre.
Who will you pick, Sam?
Ollie, since
Yes!
he's not letting me eat now, doesn't want me to help him. I think he's pissed off that I only got him 3 points. So, you want to be Nick Clegg, or do you want to be the car boot?
Nobody wants to be Nick Clegg. Not even Nick Clegg wants to be Nick Clegg.
Okay, do you want to be Nick Clegg, or do you want to be a customer?
Yeah, I'll be Nick Clegg then. Hello, sir. Do you see anything you like at all?
Well, I'll be honest, I'm interested in your stuff. I'm wondering, will these 3D glasses be okay for my chimpanzee?
Your chimpanzee?
Yes, I have a chimpanzee here, right here. His name's Macbeth.
I see. Chimpanzees are a very popular pet these days. Only an hour ago, I had a man with a pet chimpanzee coming in here to buy 60 bottles of vodka.
Wow, that's wonderful.
Well, he asked for 60 bottles of vodka. I didn't have them.
Yes, but I've noticed that you don't seem to have much on here other than 3D glasses and films about homosexualities. Is this David Cameron?
Why, yes, it is.
I'll take all of them. My monkey loves watching you two in gay act.
Yeah, try and keep it out of the press, though. We don't want them to...
Well, that's no problem. Thank you.
By the way, what's your name?
Oh, my name's Macbeth.
I see.
I'm also a reporter.
I love the way that ended. I am actually giving you 5 out of 5.
Yes!
Okay, we now come to the end of the show. Coming third is Pete with 13 points. Coming second, Ollie with 28 points. Coming first is Sam with 31 points. Well done.
Yay!
And so, from our contestants,
See ya.
Bye.
from the machine,
How my heart hurts.
from the studio audience, and from me, bye.